Believers of God, most of the time what we do is we remember the negative things that happen to us, and the enemy used that to frustrate us, to bring depression. But you always want to remember the goodness of God. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, people of God. Once again, we bless God for the gift of life. Shout out to Pastor Nana Bediakun. Pastor, the Lord is your strength. It is well with your soul. Today, church was awesome. We talked about how to attract God's remembrance. Believers of God, most of the time what we do is we remember the negative things that happen to us, and the enemy used that to frustrate us, to bring depression. But you always want to remember the goodness of God. So we talked about 7 things. The first thing is salvation. When you become a born-again Christian, you attract the Abrahamic blessings. And so whenever you are praying, you tell God that as you remembered Abraham and you told Abraham that he will be the father of all nations, God, may you remember me. The second thing is obedience to the word of God and bearing fruits. If you love somebody, you try not to hurt the person. So the third thing is the word of God. Believers of God, the word of God is like a constitution in our lives. If you don't know what is written is in the constitution as a citizen, you will not know whatever that you benefit you. And so we need the word of God so that when we are confronted with situations, we will speak to the word of God, that God, your word says that I should be still and know that you are God. Your word says that for I will restore unto you that the locust has eaten, and my children will never be put to shame. The fourth thing that I really want us to talk is serving God faithfully. 2 Kings chapter 20 verse 1 to 4. And I keep on saying this in most of my videos, that in the life of a believer, you should be able to pray Hezekiah's prayer. That he prayed unto God. He said, Lord, remember my service, remember my faithfulness in the vineyard. And Bible says, and the Lord remembered him. And so you want to serve God faithfully, so that when we are talking of God, remember me, then you will have an element to stand on and to ask God that, God, remember my dedication, and the Lord will do it for you. And we talked about giving alms, we talked about service, and we talked about God fearing. Face of God, the Lord will remember you. The Lord will remember you. If you do the 7 things, the Lord will remember you. Until next week, I am Empress Winnie. Bye bye.